Okay, this is the valve that goes in. I'll show putting it back together, which hopefully will help taking it apart next time. And it basically just goes in and then screws in. It says use a pair of pliers. Coming off, that's a little difficult. So this works really well. Just thread it in until it's tight in there. Okay, this is the next piece that goes on. Just screws on. It says in the instructions to use a pair of pliers to take it off, but I've usually found I have to use a pipe wrench to get it off. Okay, this piece goes on. I've made sure that this is twisted all the way to the right. Then we add the spring. And then this piece goes on, and we make sure it's all the way against that stop, since that's all the way that direction. And then add the screw in right there. This whole piece comes off as a unit most of the time because it's really hard to separate otherwise. But to put it back together, the back black rings go on like that. Then this metal washer goes on, followed by the plastic washer, and then all of that goes in here. Then this goes on, and then this goes on with the handle pointed where the 120 degrees goes. So like that. To get that handle off, I usually have to get a screwdriver in there and just pry it off, because this thing sits so tightly in here, which it will as soon as I push it up, that it doesn't want to come off very easily. Then this goes on here and tightens down, and I usually forget and take this off at the beginning when I'm disassembling, because I forget that it just holds this piece together. That requires a crescent wrench to tighten that down, and there's the whole assembly. And that assembly can screw on to here, and as I mentioned, that whole thing can come off without taking it apart, and that's usually the easiest way for me to get it apart. Now, going back on, we're going to want to make sure that our handle is twisted all the way to the right. So basically this direction, because that's how we've set everything up. Actually, what I'm going to do is twist this all the other direction, pop it in, and go all the way for the hot, because I know that I want that to stick out that direction when it's all the way hot, and that's an easier way to set it up. So I'll have that out, and then I'll start screwing this inner piece. Okay, this trim piece goes on with the dot to the top, and then this piece goes on, and then finally this whole assembly. I actually had forgotten this piece and couldn't figure out why it didn't fit. And then we need to make make sure that I've got this turned all the way that it can go that way, which corresponds to as hot as it can be. And so I want my handle to sit like that for the hottest. So I just need to make sure that slides on that way as I start to engage it. And then this piece screws in. I think actually that can adjust a little bit for how much red sticks out. And then this piece goes on. Which this helps with. So that's out, pushes in, allows us to go all the way there. And that's how it works. And then this piece goes on.